because these are dudes who, yeah, made a bunch of money. Good for them, American entrepreneurs. I am not anti like capitalists. I'm actually like more hyper free market capitalist than I've probably ever been before. But these dudes made their money, and now they, in all their mighty wisdom, because making $1 billion makes you like the smartest person in the world in their minds, that they thought they could, help maneuver or like instrument like the future of human society. And so that's a big part of like Trump's agenda and who's backing him. Like Peter Thiel picked JD Vance as the vice president. Like usually you have a group of Republican donors picking the vice president. To have one singular person like have that much influence over the White House is insane. And also, you may be familiar with Peter Thiel and Alex Karp's company, Palantir. Are you familiar with Palantir?
Absolutely. But why don't we let folks know? I know everyone's heard, I think, of Palantir by now, but maybe for those who might not know, what do they do and why are they?
What does Palantir do? So, I asked one of my friends who works at FEMA, who I won't disclose his name, obviously. He made a joke. He's like, they're like the Salesforce for killing people. Which Salesforce is a CRM for like, sales and client management, for those of you who don't know that either. But basically, they have some of the best AIs, some of the best algorithms in the world at tracking, creating databases, sorting data, evaluating data. It's like data analytics on crack. And then like they figure out the best ways to eliminate targets. I mean, their contracts are all through the Department of Defense and the Department of Energy and all the places in the government where you have black programs, like all the shady things happening overseas, CIA black ops. I mean, American operations are happening all over the world right now. And Palantir, which for those of you who are Lord of the Rings nerds, Palantir is the eye, the thing that he uses to see everywhere at once. So that's literally, they couldn't be more evil in naming it in this tool. Another great analogy would be if you've seen The Dark Knight and Morgan Freeman's character at the end when he reveals that Wayne Industries has this technology that can see everywhere, but if Bruce Wayne uses it, then Morgan Freeman has to resign. That's basically what this technology is. It is real, it exists, it is currently in the hands of the private sector, not even under government regulation. It is in the private sector. And the people behind this company are some of now the most influential people in the entire world. Unregulated, unchecked, increasing their government contracts. So, have you ever heard the term breakaway civilization?
No.
This is getting thrown around a lot right now. Basically, you have a group of people so powerful and so immune from like repercussions that they could be forming their own civilization on top of ours if some catastrophe was to happen, or they could even instrument some sort of like psychological operation. I mean, the level of power, like the idea of this country was founded on checks and balances. The idea of the Constitution is all about balance and all about keeping order. What they're trying to do is not uplift humanity, take us to the stars, or download our brains into like the computer. They just want power and control, period. They will justify it through whatever weird philosophical things they have to. They're a big fan of Curtis Yarvin, who I'm sure you're familiar with now, who is like his big philosophical idea of the era is dark enlightenment. Doesn't even bother to like make it sound like it's great. He is anti-democratic. He's anti-human rights. He believes that they just believe in power. It's the only currency and language they understand. And now these guys control everything. They have access to everything. They have fed all the data from the US government into their algorithms. And what they plan to do next, like we can only begin to speculate. We truly, as individual citizens, have no counter to this other than educating each other and like strengthening our social relationships.
Okay. 30 questions just came up while you were talking. I
Yeah.
don't remember some of them. When you say this is something we are powerless with dealing with, so are you saying if Democrats win the majority and if we win the presidency 3.5 years from now, there's nothing legislative wise or relationally that can...
If we take back power, yeah, absolutely. If we get a trifecta and we are willing to hold these people accountable and rein them in, but they have, I mean, we saw how like election manipulation works now, information manipulation works now. They have tools now that I'm worried about that could be deployed over the course of, I mean, God knows what's going to happen tomorrow, let alone over the span of the next year. Like these technologies and how good deepfakes are getting, like they could be creating strategies right now. I mean, they're listening to us right now. TikTok is one of the most compromised platforms. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that, but I mean, the reality is like they could be like, all right, Connor Birdie, here's his file. Boom. All right, okay, AI, what's the easiest way to innocuously kill Connor Birdie and make it look like a complete accident? Oh, they could look at traffic data and like time like a malfunction in someone else's car, so it like simultaneously, like the level of data that they have to be able to like operate under. And then we know they're not afraid to use this domestically. They're already deploying the military domestically. Like this is the like what I'm talking about is and why I think this is so important to make people understand the level of severity that exists like with this situation. Every American needs to know what Palantir is. Like that needs to be the Democrats need to campaign on this.
Well, see that, yeah, you're talking about Democrats fighting, understanding what they're fighting, and I'm not sure that I'm seeing too many Democrats screaming about this right now. We're seeing a few making some social media posts, but